If you're looking to become a bartender or get hired as a bartender, today I'm going to help you with one of the most important steps on getting hired, and that's creating the perfect resume, even if you have no experience, so you can stand out from your competition. Okay, I'm going to walk you through it step by step, because if you're still filling out applications to get a job like you're applying to be a Walmart greeter, you should be shot in the face. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh, but applications are for dilettantes, greenhorns, noobs, and you don't want to come off as a noob. Okay, now, if you're really serious about becoming a bartender, you might want to go check out the Real Bar Course, which is the #1 online course for becoming a bartender, even if you have no experience. Okay, created by yours truly. Okay, you can check it out up here and also have that link in the description. And just so you know, I've been in the bar industry for more than 3 decades, and I've helped dozens of bars hire hundreds of bartenders. So I know what the hiring managers want. More than 25,000 students have gone through my course, and I receive emails every day from student after student who thanks me for their new bartending job. Okay, not to mention, the course has a 100% 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to you. And I know that you might be saying, because I can read your dirty thoughts right through my monitor here, you're thinking, Dave just wants to sell me on his course. It's just a big sales pitch. Okay, and to that I'd say, you're right. I am. Of course I'm trying to sell you, because I have the #1 course on how to get hired as a bartender with no experience. And it's so affordable that a homeless donkey living under a bridge could figure out a way to pay for it. All right? Because if I have the knowledge on how to help people get what they want, it would be irresponsible of me to not try to get people to sign up. Okay? And then to that you might say, well, then why don't you just give it away for free, Dave? Well, because that's not how life works. I spent 30 years in the trenches working and learning and becoming an expert. Okay? It's my blood, it's my sweat, it's my tears. Okay? That's like asking a college professor who went through years of education to just work and give away his or her knowledge for free. Okay? If you want to, you can work for free. That's fine with me. Work in retail or work as a bartender or a teacher or whatever it is you choose to do, and work for free. Okay, but this is how people make a living. We provide a service and we get paid for that service. Okay, is that explanation enough? Okay, I hope so, because we just got way off track here. My point is, you need to have some skin in the game or you're not going to follow through. So yes, it costs some money because it's worth it. And I can promise you, you won't be sorry, which is why I have the guarantee. Okay, onwards and upwards, let's talk about the 7 steps to creating the perfect bartender resume. I go over this in a lot more detail in the course, and I even provide you with several templates you can use, as you can see here, and all you have to do is plug in your information. And I even have a new lesson in the course on how to use AI to write the entire resume and cover letter for you. It is awesome. Okay, I give you the prompts to input into ChatGPT, so it will create your resume and your cover letter for you. Okay, it's plug and play and it's awesome. And it's gonna get you hired, I guarantee it. Okay, so step 1 is to focus on skills rather than experience. Okay, and what I mean by that is that you need to create a resume that highlights your abilities first rather than just your job history. Okay, people get so scared that they don't have the experience, but believe me, it's okay. Okay, there's so many bars out there that want to hire new and fresh bartenders so they can mold them into what they want. Okay, and this means you want to shift your focus away from no bartending experience to I have a great personality and already have skills that apply to bartending. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so instead of just listing your job experience, you want to make sure that you include skills that transfer over. Okay, so if you worked at, say, a supermarket or a Target, for example, you would focus on your customer service, your friendliness, your personality, dealing with and speaking with customers to make them feel great about coming into your place and shopping there. Okay, like your main goal in the interview with the hiring manager is to let them know that your sole purpose as an employee is to do anything it takes to get the customer to come back again. That's what we want, okay? We want butts in the seats. We want more regulars who come back again and again. So if you're saying that you have the customer service skills to do that, I'm gonna listen. So focus on your people skills and any other work skills that would apply to bartending and helping a business succeed. Okay, it's not all just about shaking and stirring and pouring drinks. All right, step 2, we want to start with a strong summary statement. Okay, let's use the example we have for one of our resume templates that we have inside the Real Bar course. You can see here, Jessica Torres, our fictional aspiring bartender. In this template, we call it a summary, and in this one, we have it under personal profile. Because I want to give you some options. There's so many different ways to make a resume and what to include on the resume. But they both say the same thing in the paragraph. As you can see here, I am a highly motivated, energetic person who has spent years thriving in extreme, fast-paced environments. You see, it all relates to bartending, even though it's not bartending. Okay? My goal is to use my experience and ability to gain a position at your wonderful bar. I love people. I am remarkably efficient, reliable, genuine, and I possess unparalleled multitasking skills, as well as a deadly eye for detail. That's a pretty good start. Okay, it's powerful, it's confident. You can steal that entire paragraph if you want, I don't care. Okay, it focuses on you as a person and not just a bartender. And really your goal when getting hired as a bartender is to do whatever it takes just to get your foot in the door. Okay, and that might mean getting hired as a bar back or server first, and then coming in on your own time to learn how to bartend behind the bar. And I guarantee you, if you offer to do that for them and they see your dedication and your passion, you will be the next person who gets moved up as a bartender as soon as a spot opens up. So just get your foot in the door. All right, step 3, highlight transferable skills in the skills section. Okay, put this section near the top or near the summary. You can see here that we have a set of skills to include, like here, customer service, self-motivation, teamwork, reliability, personable, experience, and knowledge. Okay, over here you can see we did some different ones. So right off the bat, you give them an idea of who you are, just with a few words. Okay, you can also mention any hospitality-related skills like multitasking or upselling or POS cash register operation or even handling complaints and dealing with customers, etc., etc. All right, step 4, create a focused experience section. Okay, this is obvious. You need some sort of work experience. And even though your experience might be something different, like retail or even, I don't know, babysitting, mowing lawns, highlight what's relevant to working in a bar or a restaurant. Okay, as an example, you can see this resume template we use, Starbucks barista, 2024 to present, worked as a cashier and barista, multitasking, making a variety of coffee drinks in a high volume, fast-paced environment while providing superior customer service. All right, now obviously, working as a barista is actually kind of close to being a bartender, so this is great to have this sort of experience. But it doesn't always have to be like that. Like here, Safeway bagger, 2023 to 2024, and so on and so forth. You can see that there's different skills for different industries. You just have to try to apply how you help people and how warm you are with people and how you can get them to come back again. Use those same skills in the bartending profession and really focus on that. Okay, you want to reword your experience to mirror like fast-paced, customer-focused environment of a bar as much as you can, okay, to sum it up. Okay, and if you're mowing lawns, talk about how efficient you were and how great you are at multitasking while mowing. Tell them how the neighbors loved you and you always got a bonus at Christmas. You'll have to get creative, but you can do it. All right, step 5, add a training and certification section if you have any. Okay, so here, you want to make sure to add any training or certifications you might have. If you don't have any, then you can leave this out, but you can actually get yourself a couple of certificates that will help you get hired. Okay, including any food safety certifications like a food handler card or alcohol safety certification. In some states, you don't need these, some of them you do, but either way, if I were you, I highly suggest acquiring both of these certifications before you hand in your resume, because first off, they're cheap, and they show that you're really serious about becoming a bartender. Okay, they're like, I don't know, $10 each, and you can complete them online in an afternoon. Okay, and it looks great on a resume. And then if you've taken any online courses like the Real Bar course, or if you went to bartending school, obviously list that as well. Even if you have like CPR or first aid training, go ahead and add it to the section. All of it looks good on a resume and it really fills it up. Okay, and by the way, I know that putting all this together might seem intimidating, but I'm going to help you with all that inside the course, so you're fully prepared. So don't worry that pretty little head of yours. I got you. All right, step 6, list availability and willingness to learn. The hiring manager will definitely want to know your availability. So if you say, I really want to be your next bartender, I'm available Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 6 o'clock, you can pack up and go away. Okay? If you want to get hired, you're basically always available, unless you're a student and you have classes or something real. All right? If you're like, but I want to go out with my friends on Saturday night. Okay? Then go out with your friends. Don't become a bartender. Okay? So here we have something simple like this. Available weekdays and weekends, all times. I'm even willing to come in on my own time to learn in order to become the best bartender and employee on your staff, or something to that effect. Okay, something that tells them straight up, this is important to me and I will do whatever it takes to make you happy that you hired me. Okay? And then finally, step 7, include something memorable. Okay, and by this I mean include something about yourself that stands out from other applicants. Like you can see here on Jessica's resume, she has included her favorite drink to make, which is a forbidden sour. This is very unique, okay, meaning, and you can see that she chose something unique, all right? It's not a Jack and Coke or a vodka soda. It shows that you've put some thought into your resume. It shows you're creative, okay? And here she includes the ingredients and the portions. That's memorable, okay? Or if you don't have a drink that you like to make, have a section like this one here with all of your interests. Tell a little bit about yourself that makes you three-dimensional. Okay, you can just use one-word descriptions, it doesn't matter, but it shows that you have some personality, something unique about you. All right, I mean, don't get too out there. Don't tell them that, when you lost your virginity or that you believe that Heaven's Gate was a legit religion. Just give them a taste of the good stuff. All right, there's a variety of things you can add and different directions you can go, but you want your resume to be memorable so you can stand out from your competition. All right, got it? I hope so. I'm going to leave you with this. The resume and cover letter are one of the most important aspects and components of landing a bartender job, but the most important component is the action that you take. Okay, if you fear what you have to do in order to become a bartender, like learning drinks and memorizing them and multitasking or getting hired, that whole process, if you sit in fear of doing those things, that leads to inaction, and you'll eventually find yourself living in your parents' basement at the age of 40 and doing nothing with your life because you lived in fear. Okay, just follow the plan, take action, don't ever give up, and you're gonna get hired. It's a guarantee. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me today. I wish you all the best. Here's another video on bartending that you can check out, and I'll see you next time. I'm out.